Okay, so how many of you were around during the space race? If you were, you might remember that NASA actually used Central Oregon as a training ground of sorts for astronauts on the Apollo missions. Apparently, they thought that the landscape there was maybe possibly what the moon might be like. Well, now, decades later, NASA is trying to get to Mars. And to do so, they're going back to Central Oregon, testing out new spacesuits. Galen Etlin gives us a look.
These pictures show new spacesuits, but not in space just yet.
You could only take astronauts to train them in 5 places on Earth. So Oregon, in my view, would be in the top 5.
That's Dr. Pascal Lee, director of the NASA Houghton Mars Project. A crew of about 10 people came to Central Oregon in August to test this astronaut gear in rugged volcanic terrain.
This type of tech has to be tested in an actual realistic field environment. So that's why we came to Oregon.
Over jagged hills and into rocky caves, the Oregon expeditions near Bend, John Day, and Crater Lake gave astronauts a test run of what terrain is like on the moon. The goal is to make suits safer for lunar missions in the next decade.
The upshot is that it works really well. It works beautifully.
Highest peak on the rim of the caldera.
Oregon has a history of astronaut training. This KGW vault footage from the 60s shows trainees of the Apollo program getting used to volcanic rocks and craters.
Should see a manned moon landing within this decade. Ivan Smith reporting from Newberry Crater above Polino Lake.
Fast forward a few years to 1969.
This is the new Apollo helmet.
And space experts in the KGW studio explained the gear Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin would wear. Then finally, that fateful moon landing step watched live around the world.
One giant leap for mankind.
Made possible with preparation in Oregon. Back on Earth, Portlanders celebrated.
Unbelievable, and it's just marvelous that we've accomplished so much.
Thing is, by God, I never saw a thing in my life as wonderful it was.
I never thought it could happen.
I jumped up with joy. And I went, yay.
Yay, indeed. It was no small feat, and now the dreams are even bigger. New suit technology is expanding possibilities.
We were blown away by the quality of all of them.
Dr. Lee says by the 2030s, he hopes astronauts can explore Mars using a little Oregon inspiration.
We thought this was really fitting.
Galen Etlin, KGW News.
Hey, we helped once. Why not keep it going? I do want to continue.